Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about how much snowfall you can expect this winter. Now, before we get into things, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. For today's comment of the day, I want to know, do you expect above average snowfall this winter or below average snowfall this winter? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Let's get straight into this video, and I wanted to put this out there. I did make an update on this way earlier in the season. I think it was September or something like that. And I'm updating this because I've gotten actually a couple of requests to make this video, so that tells me that a lot of you have not seen that video yet. So I decided to go ahead and update it as well for you guys with the most recent winter forecast information as well, and just go back over it and kind of revisit it. So let's get straight into things. Our first layer here is your will see snow layer. If you're in the gray area that remains, we see some of that for California, Arizona, and then the Gulf Coast states as well. This is the areas that on average won't see snowfall. And if you're right below the white and gray border there, that means that usually you probably see snowfall every other year. But on an average year, that means you will not see snowfall. It's just how it works. And then if you're a little bit further south, it might be every 3 years, every 4 years, and then so on and so forth, all the way down to Miami, where it might be every 100 years or something, or even more. We don't really know because, to my knowledge, they've never really seen snowfall in recorded history. It might have happened. I know Fort Lauderdale has seen snowfall because my grandmother used to live there, and she does tell me in the 70s they did see snowfall. So that's one of those like personal ones where I do know that it has snowed there. And I've also heard that in the Bahamas it snowed in the 1970s as well. So it has reached very odd regions. So that means it does happen. It's just extremely rare. So the closer to that white border you are, the more often it is. But if you're in that white region, on average, you do see snowfall every year at least once. All right, let's add our second layer here. This is our above 3-inch region here. That's going to be the blue region. So if you still remain in the blue region, that means you see more than 3 inches of snowfall on average every single year. That might be, for my region in particular, I think we average like 5 inches here in Virginia. Usually, if we see snowfall, it's usually a bigger event, actually, believe it or not, where I'm from, just from when I've kind of collected my own data in my region. It seems like every other year we see snowfall. But the thing is, or maybe 2 years in a row, then 1 year off, something like that. But when we do see snowfall, it's usually in the 6 to 10 inch range. Sometimes we get something like 2 to 4 inches, but oftentimes it'll be more of a 6 to 12-inch snow event. And then we'll take a couple years where there's hardly any. But that brings our average to that 5-inch average. So it really varies in here. This doesn't mean that you're usually going to see exactly 3 inches. It might be 6 inches 1 year, then 0 inches the next year, and that's an average of 3 inches. So that's how it works. But in the remaining white region, we see a range of a dusting, so basically anything, to about 3 inches in that white region on average if you still remain in there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on. We're going to add more layers and just really work our way up this total snowfall range, and then we're going to get into our most up-to-date winter forecast information as well a little bit later on. All right, now here we are adding this darker blue region. This is your above 6 inches region. That means the remaining light blue region is your 3 to 6 inch on average range. I happen to be in there, but I'm at the very higher end of it. Some of you might be in the lower end of it, or in kind of that middle range of it, 4 to 5 inches, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. I happen to be in the 5 to 6 of it. Generally, these areas see similar snowfall each winter, just because for me, if I see snowfall, usually that means central regions of North Carolina saw similar snowfall, something of that nature. Now, this above 6-inch region, this ranges anywhere from 6 inches to, the maximum snowfall in the entire United States. Let's add another region here. This is our above 10 inches region, this very, very dark blue region. That means the remaining moderate blue region is going to be your 6 to 10 inch on average region. There, we see our above 10-inch region is taking up about half of the United States at this point. The snowier half, that is. Now, let's add our magenta region. This is our above 15-inch region. That means the remaining darkest blue region is going to be your 10 to 15-inch on average region there. That's just going to be your average. Again, you might average seeing about, 5 to 6 inch, amounts one year and then about 20 or more inches the next year. And that might be how it fluctuates. And then you end up in that 10 to 15-inch region. So it really depends. The higher you are on these numbers, usually the more consistent it is. That's what I've noticed generally. And the lower you are, the more inconsistent it is. Let's add our pink region here, and this is going to be your above 20-inch region. So this is for a lot of the snowier regions of the United States. That means the remaining magenta region is your 15 to 20-inch region. So you're getting into those higher amounts there. This is where you're averaging over a foot, probably multiple snowstorms for these regions as well per year. Let's add another region. This is your above 30-inch region in the reds. There's two red areas that are split up there. Very interesting. That means the remaining pink region is your 20 to 30-inch on average region. The remaining red regions, like I said, above 30 inches. We have another dark region as well. We have multiple of these. And this is your above 48-inch amount regions. This is where you average 4 feet or more of snowfall on average. So this is your very high snowfall regions. The remaining lighter red region, or cherry red, is going to be your 30 to 48-inch amount region. So again, still very high, but the darkest red is our highest at this point. And there is no more layers because I would have to just keep going and keep going and keep going. But a lot of these regions average much, much more than 48 inches. We have plenty of regions in the United States that average over 100 inches of snowfall. And it really depends on your elevation, things of that nature. But these dark red regions average over 48 inches, obviously, for most of these regions. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to talk about our winter precipitation forecast, temperature forecast, and snowfall chance forecast as well later on in the video. All right, now here is our precipitation anomaly forecast. As you can see, we expect above normal precipitation there for the northwest, the northeast, and generally drier conditions down there in the southern United States, especially the southwest and the southeast, in my opinion. And this is going to impact that snowfall average. If you're in the above average precipitation, there's a good chance you're going to be a little bit higher than your average. If you're in the drier region, there's a really good chance you're also going to be in the below average range here compared to your averages we just took a look at. So that's why this is so crucial. Now, the temperature forecast in a La Nina usually means warmer in the south, colder in the north. And it stands true here because we do expect that cold to be centered in the north. The colder than average anomalies, that is. Obviously, Texas could be below normal and Minnesota could be above normal, but Minnesota is still going to be colder than Texas is. It's just how it works. But this is compared to your normal temperatures during the winter. And then in the south, especially the southwest there, but also a little bit of the southeast, we do expect above normal temperature anomalies. Again, the colder temperatures could lead towards more snowfall. The above normal temperatures could lead towards less snowfall than normal. It could make it a bit harder for that snowfall to happen down there. Now, your snowfall chance forecast, this takes both of those things into consideration, and this is just my opinion on where above normal and below normal snowfall could take place. The southern United States, where we have the dry and warm conditions, we do expect below normal snowfall. That should be obvious. But for the northwest, the northeast, and everywhere in between, but especially the northwest and the northeast, we do expect above normal snowfall chance for these regions. Again, especially those darker blue regions where the cold and the above normal precipitation match up well. And we see those two things combine, probably leading towards above normal snowfall, but at least an above normal snowfall chance this upcoming winter. Now, for today's confidence tab, we're at a 6 out of 6 because today we talked about averages, and averages are just your averages. This doesn't mean you will see your average, but we are confident that the averages are the averages, if that makes sense. For today's comment of the day, I asked you guys yesterday because we're expecting this cool down that we're in to come to an end with a warm-up, but we also expect a cool down after it potentially. So I asked you guys, how short or long do you expect that warm-up to last? And Brandon Dunn said, I do believe this warm up will be extremely short lived before the next major cooldown, according to the models. And that is what the models are showing at this point. Maybe a couple of days to 3 days maximum, according to the models right now. We will have to see if that stands true over time. For today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons: Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovey Nagel, Larry LePan, Mandy Birchfield, and Patrick Strickland as well. I would also like to thank our diamond patrons: Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Kodalesa, Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Cindy Klein, Alan Goodmaben, Bill Dallas, Gary's, John Coolisi, Dwight Phelan, Stephen Credenthal, and Thomas D. Barr as well. If you'd like to join this very awesome patron end screen of the day, you can do so by joining our very amazing Patreon page in the description and in the pinned comments down below. I would also like to thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox as well. If you'd like to join this one, it'll be located next to the subscribe button down below. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.